everybody. It's been a while. This is the Bears Brothers podcast. Over here is Rick, and I am Eric. And Rick, we had a bye week, which means we didn't lose.
Yay! That's 3 weeks in a row we haven't lost.
I'll call that a 3-game winning streak, if anything. Cheers, buddy. I've got
Clink.
my prosecco because, of course, we're also celebrating the release of the Taylor Swift album. Is that right?
I'm not, but you can.
What do you
I
have
don't
there,
feel
Rick?
one way or the other about Taylor Swift.
That's cool. I'm a big Swiftie. I think her new album is great. But what do you have, Rick? What kind of it's
It's called Sam Adams Flannel Fest. It has Bears colors.
that's amazing.
I didn't do that. Yeah,
That is so cool right there.
it's
Flannel
pretty good too.
Fest. Yeah?
Yeah,
What
it's the Dimple.
what kind of notes does that have there, Rick?
Caramel, a lot of caramel.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Caramel
Let's
beer.
wait for this 85-degree day we're having here in Chicago, but that's about to change real quick soon.
I'll tell you, it's 80 degrees over here in the Northeast, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees all the way up until Tuesday. So I can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
for fall weather to actually show up. This is wild.
Yeah, down here, the high on Tuesday is 65, 60 something. I mean, depending on where you're looking at, yeah.
Yeah, but looking forward to the fall weather. Looking
Yeah, me
forward
too.
to bear weather for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
And just looking forward to like not being just outside. Once you get out there, you're just sweating like crazy. And I feel much more comfortable in a hoodie and shorts, or a hoodie and jeans or something like that. It's a whole heck of a lot better than when you're in shorts and a t-shirt and you're just like sweating all the way through it. But good thing we're not sweating this week. Like we said, Rick, the Bears did not play. They had a bye week. We were able to watch everybody else play the entire weekend, and we didn't have any stress at all. That's got to feel good, right, Rick?
It felt great. In fact, one of the funnier things I saw today was a TikTok of a guy like just really like filling himself sort of what's I'm looking for surreptitiously, and it said in the caption, "My wife is so proud that I was able to give up watching the Bears to take her out shopping today." And then dot dot dot. Nobody tell her. And he just looked at the camera like, and I thought that's so funny.
It's so funny when you like clearly establish that, like, okay, it's Bears season or it's football season, and then you
Yeah,
go up to like your significant other, you're like, it's okay, we'll go out today. We'll go. And
yeah.
they're
Well,
like, really? You're like, yeah,
no
yeah,
way.
yeah. But definitely don't tell her. Definitely don't tell her. But Rick, we were correct. Both of us predicted the Bears to be 2-2.
We
Two
did.
wins, two losses. It's not quite the way that we wanted or expected. We were expecting to beat the Minnesota Vikings, I believe,
Yeah.
and then we both expect them to beat the Raiders. But it actually turns out that week one, we lose to the Minnesota Vikings at home. We get destroyed. Wait, hold on.
Destroyed.
That's not right, though. The first, yeah, no, we got destroyed by the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, destroyed.
Then we come back, and who was our first win against? I'm drawing a
Dallas.
blank.
Dallas. Huge
Dallas,
win
of
against
course,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
We beat the Dallas Cowboys handedly, and then we have a character culture win against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I'll agree with
So,
that.
Rick, real quick, how would you rather have this? Would you rather have us win the first two games and then go into the bye week at 2-2 with two straight losses, or do you feel like this way of the first four games, the way that it happened, this is actually going to carry more momentum going into the bye week and then going into the rest of the season?
Well, I hope it carries up. I mean, remember, we're coming up and playing the Commanders, and the momentum shift. We were 4-2 when we played them last year and lost the Hail Mary game. I think it's a real difference to be 2-2, have 2 weeks to prepare for them, and then go in and play them. I think that if the Bears win this game, I think the season will be markedly different if they lose. Again, I think it's going to be the same thing as last year with the Commanders. If they win against the Commanders, I think that 8-9, 9-8 that we talked about at the beginning of this year is really possible. If they lose, again, I think that like 6 or 5 game wins is also very possible. Like you can't. I almost would think that outside of maybe like the Bills and the Chiefs and the Eagles, I don't care who we're playing. You have 14 days to prepare for them. you better be ready to play these guys. You better be, and especially when they're starting quarterback. He did play well today, but he is on an injured knee that they taped up, and it's giving RG3 vibes. And I feel bad for the kid if he gets hurt, and I don't want him to get hurt. But they're trotting him out there, and he's not 100%. So I mean, we'll see. But I really feel like they should win this game. I think Rick Adamas might predict that they will. We'll see.
Wow, the predictions coming out pretty quickly. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, that was his big knock coming out of LSU. Is he big enough to handle all the hits from the NFL players, knowing that he's probably going to be put on a team that doesn't have a great offensive line, this and that. But then he lit the world on fire last year, and then lo and behold, he gets hurt in the beginning of the season. And you have to wonder, as a Commanders fan, is Jaden Daniels the guy that is going to be someone that's going to actually hold up to the physical beating that he's possibly going to get? We got a bunch of people in here right now live on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and show us your love over here so that way we can boost up the channel a little bit. Rick, also, I think that this is a different culture and a different coaching staff. You had the offensive line switch up in the middle of the game against the Raiders, and now
Yeah.
you have something where, like, yeah, I get it. The stain of the Washington Commanders game, the Hail Mary game, the one that's going to live inside their heads. And as soon as something goes wrong, you're thinking, uh-oh, here we go again. But I think that this new coaching staff, this new culture is going to be like, no, we're not even going to think about last year. We're going to make sure that this year is something different. So again, I go back to the fact that I think that the culture is turning around with this team. You've got a new number one receiver in Roma Dunze. You've got a lot of positivity going. Rick, do you think that the culture of this team is something that can withstand those moments of resistance, those moments where they need to have resiliency?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the season, and I hope that's true because we both talked after that Dallas, or sorry, that after that Detroit loss about how we felt like here's that culture again from last year. They just gave up after that weird end of the first half call and touchdown at the end. They just died. But then these last 2 weeks have been sort of the opposite of that. They took control in Dallas. They came from behind and won against the Raiders. They won in the last second. They played all the way to the end. And then I don't know if you've been watching these. I have been the post game talks from Ben Johnson, the giving out the game balls, and just the way the whole team. I've seen these videos before from other teams. I've seen them from the Bears in past years, where like most of the guys are sitting in the locker rooms like, I'm changing, and you're giving out game balls. Great, give out the game balls. What we need to do. I need to get my clothes on and get out of here. But it seemed like the whole team was like, it's game ball time. Let's do this. So they're all excited about it. And for me as a fan, it's fun to watch that they all seem excited. They're all like, no, we're going to give a game ball to you, coach. Or we're going to give a game ball to this guy. We're going to give a game ball to. They gave a game ball to Santos for making 4 field goals. And he was just like, I love playing with this team and being with you guys, and you guys make me better. He like congratulated the holder and the snapper, and like that feels like a culture change to me. Now, whether or not you can say that it's happened already, I don't think that's right, but it's happening, I think is correct.
Yeah, you could say that, like, when it happens once, it's an event. When it happens twice, it's a
Yeah.
streak, and when it happens more and more, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to create a bunch of, like, good habits and a good culture out there, right? So, I think that Cairo Santos definitely deserved the game ball for sure, because he was at a time where the Bears were turning the ball over and getting great field position, which is what we actually predicted would happen with Geno Smith.
We did, yeah.
The offense couldn't actually get the momentum, getting things going, because Max Crosby was just out there tearing everything to pieces. So you needed somebody that then could say, okay, cool. This is the third phase of the game. I'm going to put up 4 field goals. So that's 12 points. And that was a difference in the game. And it turns out the field goal on the other end was also the difference in the game. When usually, just like last year against the Packers,
We blow
the
that.
game went away from us and went against us. And now, despite a couple things, Rick, and I want you to comment about this, It seemed like things were slipping away for the Bears, but they found a way to eke out a win. But how were those things actually going the other way, first of all? Like, it seemed like the Bears were going to let this one slip.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I remember about last year, and it was almost a repeat of the horrible dream, was there were several times where Caleb Williams led the Bears on what would be considered a quote unquote game winning drive. But in the end, they would lose. Not because Caleb Williams didn't perform at the end, but because the special teams and the defense gave up something ridiculous. Remember, if the Redskins, sorry, if the, I still said the Redskins, if the Commanders didn't get that Hail Mary, then we would be talking about a Caleb Williams game winning drive. If the Packers don't block that field goal, we're talking about a Caleb Williams game winning drive. And it happened a bunch last year where he would do that. And then this year, again, against the Raiders, he did it. And I was like, here we are. It's a minute and 30 left. And of course, we don't get the 2 point conversion. And I'm kind of upset about that. Ben Johnson's running all these crazy plays like that. I will say this, going back one time, that fake flea flicker is the craziest play I've ever seen in my entire life. And I know it ended up being a negative because of the face mask penalty, but I've never seen a team run a fake flea flicker for a first down or almost a first down. He would have been like a yard short. It was a 7 or 8 yard gain, but still. But then you go to a 2 point conversion, your play is throw it up to a Dunze double covered and hope for the best. And then you give up a return for the first time all game, this massive return to the 40-yard line. Then you give up 20, 30 yards to get them in field goal position. It looked like you were trying to give the game away. And then, thank goodness, they blocked the field goal. But like it was almost like they were doing it again. And so, as happy as I was that they won, I'm also like, can we please get rid of those mistakes? Because the team that we're going to play did that today. They intercepted the ball. The Commanders intercepted the ball against the Chargers with 6 minutes left on the goal line. They were up by 10. They drove 99 yards for a touchdown, ate up the rest of the fourth quarter, game over. I would love to watch the Bears do that. Remember when they had
Wow.
that like 19-yard drive against Dallas?
Yep.
That's been my favorite part about this season so far because it put that game away. Can we do more of that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be something that we'll definitely have to mention with the Commanders. Their running game against the Bears defense of
Ooh.
stopping the run. Excuse me. It's going to be definitely something interesting to watch for sure. We have a lot of people actually who are fans of other teams, like the Panthers. They won today against the Miami Dolphins, which my son was a bit upset because he's a big Dolphins fan. I was watching that game on and off, but go Panthers! Well deserved win. We also have a fan from the Atlanta Falcons saying, "Good team up there in Chicago." I don't know. Listen, the writing's not on the wall yet. I don't know if we have a good team. I think that we have a team that is believing in themselves for sure, and they have a good roster. Now it's time to do exactly what was supposed to be done last year, where they have a good roster, and let's see if they can put it together. I think that this is the year that we're really going to be wanting to see if Ben Johnson and the rest of the coaching staff can do that for sure. But yeah, the Bears go in again 2-2. They have a bye week. They have a ton of time off. Ben Johnson does his good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better and your better gets best. Go Bears, which is absolutely amazing.
What a
But now we're looking ahead towards the Commanders. And of course, Rick, here's what we're going to hear the entire next week and then some, because we have to wait until Monday night to watch the Bears Commanders game, which, of course, as we know, and in my game day chat from a bunch of buddies of mine from college, this one guy, Matt, says, "Yeah, this is going to be great. We never embarrass ourselves on national TV. This is just fine, right?" So, but you
Mhm.
know, the entire time, all they're going to be doing is they're going to talk about that Hail Mary game, Tyreek Stevenson talking trash on the sidelines, then going up. He tips the ball up. The receiver for the Commanders gets it. And it's just something that's, again, as you said, made the season go completely downhill. So, actually, if you're Tyreek Stevenson, you have a chance to come back and play in the same stadium, same fans. You're going to hear the same trash talk. And now you have an opportunity to make amends. What do you see that Tyreek Stevenson can do? Do you think that he's going to have a breakout revenge game? Do you think that he's going to fall into the same trap? What do you see? What do you think is going to be Tyreek Stevenson's game?
I don't know Tyreek Stevenson personally, but my advice to him is shut the hell up and play ball. Just shut up. Just do your job. They're going to get some guys back on defense, which I think will really help. I mean, 3 starters might be coming back this week,
Yes,
which
we've got TJ Edwards coming back. We got
yeah,
Kyler Gordon,
Gordon,
Spider-Man himself coming back, and I can't wait for that.
Garrett, right?
Um, what's that?
Jarrett or whatever on the defensive line. I said Garrett, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Grady Jarrett. Yep.
Yeah, Grady Jarrett's coming back. So, I mean, it's almost been like 30% of your defense has been out most of the year, 30, 40%, depending on how you look at it. That's astounding. And that's why Tyreek Stevenson has had to step up, is because you haven't had Jaylee Johnson, you haven't had all these guys. So just shut up and play, man. Don't feed into it. Don't get into it. Don't listen to the crowd's gonna try and get in his head. That's gonna be. I mean, if I were a Commanders fan, I'd be there the whole time, looking at 29 and being like, "Yo," like the whole game. That's what I'd be doing to him. So just be quiet, play your game. When he's played well, I mean, his strip in the Cowboys game is what turned the tide in that game.
No, what it was even better. Sorry to interrupt you. What was even better was like if you're in your head and a bunch of fans are going like, "Hey, yo," kind of thing. You also can look back at the last game with that absolute stretch out interception that he
Yeah,
had, and
yeah.
you can look inside your head going like, "I am a baller. I know how to play this position. I'm really, really good." Now, as you said, just let me shut up and show on the field what I can do and stay within the parameters of the game.
I'm fine with him talking smack afterwards if they win, but shut the hell up during the game.
For sure.
Like,
Or at least like like right after the last play,
yeah,
you
yeah. Wait
know?
till the plays up. Wait till the clock actually hits 0 this time, man.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Don't talk all you want. I give you carte blanche. Just go nuts if you win the game and you have a good game, man.
Yeah,
Go
afterwards in the
crazy. I don't
post
care.
game, you can lead the good, better, best, never let it rest thing. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. But like during the game, if you're talking trash and you let anybody go by you, no, not at all. And what I will say about this for Rick and I, if you're in here and it's like Bears, Commanders, whatever, it's kind of like not a division game. Rick and I, we have actually grown up a little bit to loathe entirely the Washington used to be Redskins, now Commanders. We actually moved to DC when I was 6 and you were 13.
12, 13, yeah.
And it was the year that the Redskins at the time won the Super Bowl, and we had to
Yeah,
hear
Mark
that
Rippon, George and Gibbs, yeah.
stupid "Hail to the Redskins" freaking fight song over and over again. And it was just like this these fans they give excuses when they lose. They're just like, well, it was the blah, 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 blah. And then they talk, it's just they're irritable. These fans are irritable. So I would really, really love to see the Bears just take it, win the game, however it is. That way they can just shut up for a year rather than doing what they did last year.
Yeah, there are 3 teams in this league I hate. Obviously, the Packers. We all hate them. That's it. For me, it's also the 49ers. Again, I'm a little bit older than you, so I remember when the Bears used to get trounced by them in NFC Championship games in '84, I think '89, a few other times where it's just like it was just Jerry Rice and Joe Montana just ripping the Bears apart.
Right.
And then it's the Commanders slash Redskins. The fact that I moved there in 1990, and from the time I was there till the time I graduated college, this may or may not be right. It might just feel right. The Bears never beat them during that whole time. And I had to go to school every day and hear my friends talk shit to me every single day. And rightfully so. I mean, they won. I'm not going to say they didn't have the right to talk shit to me. But I would get so angry. It was like, just once beat these motherfuckers. When they beat them a couple years ago, was it Thursday Night Football? So one of the last times the Bears won a game handily was national TV. It was either a Thursday night or a Monday night. I think it was a
It was
Thursday night.
Justin Fields throwing 3 touchdown passes
That's
to
the DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore,
Yeah.
and it was one of, like, the highlights of that year, and it was like, "Okay, this is really fun."
Loved that game. Had so much fun. But it was like one of the only times I ever beat them in the last 30 years or so. So yeah, I hate this team. I
And not
want the
only
Bears
that,
to
but
win
we had
so
we had a
badly.
lot of fun, like, this past game too, because we saw Caleb Williams drive a 4th quarter drive, they got into the end zone. We saw
Yeah.
this with the Raiders game just last week, and finally, they actually came true where his 4th quarter dramatic comeback actually like panned out to be a win. We didn't see that last year at all. By the
No.
way, Caleb Williams underrated as a fourth quarter, like last drive. You want that guy with the ball in his hand. He showed it against the Green Bay Packers. It's something that I really, really like about him because now I know we have a chance when 18 has the ball.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think, Rick? Do you think that this is something where because the big thing obviously is taking care of Jaden Daniels, taking care of his mobile ability, taking care of the fact that he's also a playmaker as well, and that's going to be a big key. Do you think this is going to be a close game like that, where it's like the last person to have the ball, or do you think it's going to be something where it's going to be pretty much handled, much like the Cowboys Bears game, or possibly the other way, where the Bears are just down and out? What are your feelings on this?
I mean, this is me doing a early prediction, so I haven't looked at everything, but my gut feeling on it so far is because I think the Bears have the time to prepare for them, I think they're going to come out hot. I think this is one of those games where they, you know, how they a few games here they've started and scored a touchdown in the first drive. I actually think they might score a couple of times in the first few drives. Then I think it stalls. So I think that we could go into halftime being up 20-10 or 20-6, and then the Commanders sort of creep back into the game. And I think it's going to be a fourth quarter game where it's almost tied or the Bears are only up by 3, and I'm gonna have to take a look into my crystal ball as Rick Adamas during the week before I get my prediction. But my gut feeling tells me that at the end the Bears will pull it out. Because again, I think like you said, I think 18 can do these things at the end. And I don't want to predict that Jaden Williams will have issues with his knee, but he might. And I'd hate to see that. I'd rather we beat him at full speed, at his full force. I hate winning games where it's because the starting quarterback went down for the opposing team. I mean, that's not as fun. I don't want to wish injury on anyone. But again, it's giving RG3 wrapping up that knee, you know. So we'll see. But my gut feeling is it's going to be a quick start for the Bears, followed by a lull, and then can they overcome that lull?
Yeah, and I also think that this is it's definitely difficult to say this because it's only week 6 in the NFL, but teams are starting to make their stance known, whether it's being a bad team or a good team. And the Vikings just won today in Ireland, barely eking out the Browns, but still they're now 3-2.
Yeah.
The Packers are 2-1-1. They had a bye week as well. The Detroit Lions took care of the Cincinnati Bengals 37-24. So they're obviously right now they're going to be the division winner as it stands. So you're looking to fight for, dare I say it, a wild card. So this is another game where you have to really keep up if you have the ambition of becoming a playoff team, which as fans, we're kind of like, listen, if they're around 500, we're happy. But obviously in the locker room, you want that playoff win. So, Rick, this is pretty much a must win for the Bears with another NFC team. And you want to make sure that you win these games that are a little more important rather than a throwaway game against an AFC team.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly what needs to happen. I mean, I'm under no delusion the Bears making the playoffs. I think the division is so good that's not going to happen. But I would love for us to be the Colts. Colts were 8-9 last year, and they look like world beaters right now.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones is who? What? You know what I'm saying? Like they look like a real team. They're going to win that division. They're going to be in the playoffs. Could that be the Bears next year? I mean, who knows? But I'd like to see them at least. I want to see them win a couple games like this, where it's like, yeah, they played a good team and they won. You know, the Broncos beat the Eagles today. It's not like things don't happen in this league. You know. Oh, and going back to that Detroit Bengals game, this Eric is the craziest stat I have heard as a football fan in probably my whole life. It was about midway through the third quarter. The Bengals quarterback had thrown 3 interceptions. The leading tackler on the Bengals was Chase.
The wide Jamar Chase, wide receiver.
Yep. He had 3 tackles because he tackled every one of those interceptions. He was the leading tackler on the Bengals. And that's not like a weird aberration because a quarterback threw an interception in the first quarter and the guy had 1 tackle. This was halfway through the third. Chase was their number 1 tackler. What
That
the
is
hell?
that is wild.
Wild.
That is wild. That's so there's actually been a couple of stats that have been wild to me this football season. For example, Derrick Henry, the running back for the Baltimore Ravens, he has
Yeah.
played get this, Rick. He's played 9 seasons in the NFL, right?
Wow. It still feels like he just came out from Alabama.
Right. So he's played 9 seasons in the NFL, has been pretty dominant throughout his entire 9-year career, but he played
Yeah.
for the Titans, so it was very like under the radar. In 9 seasons in the NFL, I don't think that he's surpassed this yet, but he still had more rushing yards in his high school career than he had in his 9 seasons with the NFL.
Wow.
Rick, he scored 55 touchdowns in 1 year in high school. 55. And you played like 10 games. He averaged 5.5 touchdowns a game.
Was he playing in one of these like 7-on-7 leagues in like rural areas or some nonsense? Or
No,
no? I mean, yeah.
no, and that's the thing. He was playing it like in a pretty good area, but the thing is like literally like the coach was like, "Well, thank you very much. I'm definitely going to be the gym teacher for a long time at this high school because all I got to do is turn around and hand the ball over to Henry." And he has more, at least up till now, he has more rushing yards still in his high school career than he does in his NFL career. That with now the Jamar Chase being the leading tackler in the first 3 quarters of the game, like
Yeah.
these things are absolutely crazy when they happen, and it's a lot of fun to watch for sure. So somebody says in our chat, you men, thanks, obsess over football like little girls fan over Taylor Swift. It's cute. Well, first of
Oh,
all,
thanks.
thanks. Second of all, I'm still a Taylor Swift fan. I think her album is great. It's very poppy. It's very catchy. Opalite is an amazing song. If you never heard the song "Would" yet, Rick,
I have not.
it's really really good.
Or
So
like this one, "Cry Eagles Cry." That's kind of hilarious.
that is good. Yeah, the Eagles finally lost the game. They're still one of the best teams in the NFC for sure. The Vikings win. Skull, good job for you guys. That's awesome.
I will say that skull chance is cool. I mean, I'm not a Vikings fan, but skull and the horn blowing, it's pretty awesome. Like what they got going on there, yeah.
I think it's great, and I think their new stadium is awesome. I think that the Minnesota Vikings have something going on in terms of like a really really cool fan base. So, um, Rick, again, it's the bye week, so we just get to enjoy and have a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, 3
And
weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a
yeah,
row. That's the last time we commiserated over the Bears was that ass handing in Detroit. But again, they look really good, but they were also playing the Bengals. I mean, what are you
is
gonna
what it
do?
is.
Yeah,
Is what it is for sure.
without Joe Burrows, they're nothing. You know.
But if you're new to this podcast, if you're in here right now and you haven't liked the channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, follow us on TikTok, where you will see that we have a couple places where you can donate to the podcast. And we also even have like a special donation, which we have to honor right now, Rick.
Yeah,
We have
we
this
do.
bottle of Jepson's Malort right here. Rick has his, and I have mine. Again, we are 1,000 miles away. So
Mine
doing
is
this
fully empty, but
podcast
that's
is
because I drink it sometimes for fun.
that's gross. If you don't know what Jepson Malort is, there's a reason why we're asking people to donate $18.17 to the channel.
Super fun
Because if
number.
you do that, we are forced then to do a shot of Jepson's Malort.
You
Um,
say forced. I don't think you know what that word means because I just do this for fun.
sorry,
You're forced.
I am forced to do a shot. Rick just, he gets paid to make him smile, I guess. I was actually talking to somebody who was visiting from Iowa, and he actually heard of the podcast, and he goes, "Yeah, that's just like, do you remember 1970s shag carpeting? How that was really popular inside of bathrooms, and then you
Oh,
would like
God.
take a shower and be done, and put your feet in it. If you ever wondered what the water tastes like inside that shag carpeting, Jepson's Malort."
The
So
shag of liqueurs.
yeah, Rick.
Folding shag carpet of liqueurs.
3 weeks in a row, we have not lost. We're on a 3-week winning streak. Shout out to the Cubs for playing in the playoffs right now. I know they lost their first game, but tomorrow, go Cubs, go. And here's our live reaction. So, Rick, again, from 1,000 miles away, cheers.
Thank you, Eddie Jackson.
Thanks, Eddie Jackson. It's it's
Delicious.
it's giving where you went on a where you went on a first date with
It's the gift
somebody.
that keeps on giving.
Sure. But like when you go on a when you go on a first date and you're like, man, that went terrible. And yet someone convinces you to go and date that person again, and it's bad again.
Damn, dude.
That's what this is giving me. But
That's
then
real
you
talk right
realize,
there.
it's not so bad. Maybe she's fun. It's growing on me. It's growing on me.
Oh, by the end of the year, it will, I think. Yeah. By the end of the year, you'll just be drinking for fun like I do because you hate yourself.
Rick, do we need to talk?
No, keep talking. I'll stay here silently and stare into the void.
Rick, are you okay? Well, in case you haven't figured it out by now, we have a lot of fun as brothers. We will be back. Here it goes. It's coming back. The taste is coming. It's coming right back. Uh, we'll be back next week, and
You
hopefully
really
by
think
then the
about an
taste will
hour
be out of
before
my
kickoff?
mouth. What?
You think about an hour before kickoff on Monday?
Yeah, probably like an hour before on Monday.
Hour and a half, yeah.
At least on Sunday for sure. But we will be doing Rick Adamas, his
A
opening
while
up the
ago, yeah.
crystal ball to see who's going to win between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. We will also be doing Eric's Thursday Film Day, where we break down a key play from last week's game. I think I'm going to be going over the Roma Dunze touchdown. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I
Exactly.
also might go over the blocked field goal because there was a big tell from the long snapper. I don't know, Rick, if you know this.
I did not notice that, but I did notice they overloaded the one side that Blackwell came from. Oh, by the way, my favorite thing about you're not here, obviously, in Chicago to hear some of the sports talk radio. I hear some of it. They're calling him Blackwell. Genius nickname.
Josh Blackwell. Yes.
Instead of Blackwell, Josh Blackwell.
I love it.
It's a
I
simple
love it.
shit that just like love it.
It's just like sometimes it's the easy stuff, and that's the kind of thing that just kind of goes like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? And I think that's why it sinks.
Did Richie just say y'all still talking about the 85 Bears bums? We haven't mentioned them once this whole conversation. I'm not
Not
sure
only
where you
that,
get
but
that from.
I don't think we've mentioned the 85 Bears like one time during this entire podcast.
No, I did because I met Tim Reitman during week one.
Right.
He came into the bar and let me hold his 85 Bears Super Bowl ring, which Richie is fucking cool. You ever held a Super Bowl ring in your hand? Because your boy has. So don't call me a bum. I've done it. And don't say that we mentioned the 85 Bears all the time. We haven't talked about them once.
Yeah, Richie. Jeez.
Yeah. You have a cool name, but you have a dumb comment.
Yeah. Cool name, dumb comment guy. Maybe we should. That's the reason why we didn't come up with Josh Blackwell, because we can't come up with like cool comebacks. Cool name, bad comment, dude.
Yeah. What? Burn. Got it. Roasted. Richie, roasted. Sorry.
Yep. Bet you're gonna fall asleep tonight going like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that. And
Put a mic in
oh
your hand and put it on camera or shut the hell up.
yeah. Yeah. What's up, Tooth Honey? What's up is that we're leaving right now. We
Yeah.
only have
What's
so
up?
much time here because Rick's got to get up early. I have to get up early. We were talking about the Bears. It's a bye week. We're just having a whole heck of a lot of fun. If you like
Yeah.
this content, please like it and subscribe. If you didn't, well, get the heck out of here. I don't know what to tell you, right? But we'll see you next week. It's going to be Bears versus Commanders, Monday Night Football in Washington, D.C., or just outside of it if you really want to be a dick about it. But the Bears are trying to come up with a three-game, Rick, it's called a winning streak. Three-game winning streak.
You know, we have to look that up. When was the last time the Bears had a three-game winning streak? Because it wasn't last year. I don't think it was the year before. It's been a long time. We're going to have to look that up.
Uh,
My gut tells me 2018, maybe 2020.
it's been a while.
It's been
It's
a
been a
long time.
while since they've had a three-game winning streak. I wanna say it might be 2018, maybe 2019, just in case they had, like, a little bit of, like, "Hey, we can still win games 2019," but I think 2018 is the last time they had a three-game winning streak.
It's been at least 5 years. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's sad.
Yeah, it is. Do you want to have another Malort? Yeah.
No. No, please, are you just doing you're just doing it for fun. You're
Well, I
just
mean,
doing it for
fun is
fun.
a weird word, man. I mean, the fact that it's realized the Bears haven't had a three-game winning streak in over 5 years, I'm going to punish myself for that, for being a Bears fan.
Punch yourself with some Malort, man.
Yeah.
Do it to it. Toots Tough Huddy, thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. Thanks everybody else for coming on here and giving us your comments and interacting. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well. The Bears Brothers podcast. And we'll see you next week for a lot more fun as we have a lot of nervous energy to get out with the Bears Commanders. And we're hoping for that three-game winning streak. Rick, I will see you later, man. Have a wonderful day at work tomorrow. And everybody else out there, until we see you again, bear down.
Bear down.
Let's go. I'm too old.
I'm
Oh,
too old for this. I don't know the internet.
yeah, how do you turn this thing off? Oh,
I,
there it
I
is. I
don't
think,
know. You stop, and I just stared here for a little while until the lights go out.
Bruce, come here. Tell me how to turn this off.